the chairperson, Professor Mehul Chauhan, His Highness Dr. Janet, Mr. Rebuka Alos, Ambassador of Burundi, Mrs. Mariku, and all the gentlemen and ladies sitting in front of me. As Professor Mehul said, I was really, I'm not sure whether I could make it for today or not, but I'm really thankful to God that I could meet you. I could come back in time. Now I'd like to tell you something about Kutch. First of all, many of you people might not be knowing Kutch is a very a district on the border of India. It's very near to Pakistan. We have a common border with Pakistan. A very underdeveloped region. If 15 years back, somebody would even not know where Kutch is. We have 15 lakh of our Kutchi people. Even Professor Mehul is a Kutchi and stays here in Jabalpur. Living in Mumbai, but many times I myself was born and brought up in Mumbai. But if we ask somebody in Mumbai where Kutch is, people will, arey, ye kahan hai? So that kind of feeling people had for Kutch. But we became famous. I would like to say a very sad thing, we had a very big earthquake in 2001. After that, people came to know that there existed a place like Kutch in India. And a very underdeveloped area, but somewhere, the earthquake was like a boon for us. Because it has very less rainfall in Kutch. It is almost a desert-like area. And no employment, no agriculture, a very underdeveloped area. But after the earthquake, I feel somewhere the earthquake has been a boon for the Kutchi people, because after earthquake many industries came to Kutch. But the best part, today I want to speak about the Run of Kutch, a very beautiful place. In fact, Kutch is only, like even nowadays, so you see many ads in TV. Amitabh Bachchan even says कि Kutch नहीं देखा, कुछ नहीं देखा. So that is my Kutch. First of all, it was very underdeveloped. And we didn't have any, no jobs. So Kutchi people migrated all over the world. Even there is a very good population of Kutchi people in Jabalpur, in Madhya Pradesh, everywhere there are Kutchi people all over the world. In fact, in this 5 years of me as Member of Parliament, I've got a privilege of visiting 31 countries. Yesterday I was in Singapore. It is the 31st country I went. The Parliament has sent me. Everywhere I went, I met Kutchi people. That was my region, we had to migrate because we didn't have any other income source. Even my parents migrated first to Pakistan, my grandparents, and then to Mumbai, because there was nothing in Kutch. But when Honorable Mr. Narendra Bhai Modi became the Chief Minister of Gujarat, he was very worried, because we had recently, only in 2001, we had an earthquake. 10,000 people had died in the earthquake. The situation was very bad. All over the world, people were worried how Kutch could come back, how it could stand again. But I'm really, thankful to God that things changed and changed a lot. Even somebody would, some days back, I got a chance to go to America. And there, at that time, Bill Clinton had visited Kutch. With him, the ambassador of India had come along. And he said, are you the person who has come from Kutch? Are you Member of Parliament of Kutch? So I told him, yes, I am coming from Kutch. So he said, is Kutch become all right? When I had come in 2001, things were very bad. Are they like that? I said, if I praise my own thing, you will say, I am praising because Kutch is mine, so I'll praise it. But you come to Kutch and you see the difference, and then you call up and tell me how you felt. And in 2012, in the month of November, he visited Kutch, and he called me up when he went back to America. He called me up and said, it was really true what you said. When I had seen Kutch, I thought you will never come back, like Latur in Maharashtra. Still, it is having those problems of earthquake. But Kutch has really come back, and the Run of Kutch is something I'm going to speak today about. Even the people living in Kutch didn't know a place like Run of Kutch existed in Kutch. Even I didn't know. I'm staying in Kutch for last 20 years. But when Narendra Modi ji was a pracharak, he used to visit Kutch many times. That time he had seen the serenity and the beauty of the White Run. And somewhere in his mind, he had that, someday if I get a chance, I'm going to develop this area. And that's what he did when he got a chance in 2005. When he became the Chief Minister of Gujarat, the first thing he did for Kutch was to develop the area of Run of Kutch. It's a beautiful place. But as you know, like I said, very underdeveloped. We didn't have any employment. but it helped. In fact, we had a lot of, we had a big land, piece of land, very beautiful. But we had to see the fiber of that place didn't break. And we did development, but keeping in mind the area of the people of that area and the social culture of that place didn't break, because it's a very cultural place. People have their own handicrafts, their own sense of living, their own culture. So we had to keep that in mind, that should not, it should not go to a waste. Like many places which are developed, then they lose that look. Some 10 years back, I had gone to Manali. What was Manali at that time? Today, Manali is not like that, because so many tourists come to that place, and that social fiber of that place is broken. It just become very commercial. So in fact, we had that challenge in front of us. Run of Kutch should be developed, but in a manner, it should remain beautiful even after 10, 20 years or after 50 years. So that was a challenge we were having in front of us. First, the Run of Kutch was started in 2006, just a program of 2 days. But when we saw the success of it and more people wanted to come for it, now we have that program for almost 2 months. A very beautiful program. In fact, I invite all people here to come and see, Like I said to the Ambassador of India at that time, if I praise my thing, people will say, oh, she's a member of parliament, so she's praising her own Kutch. But it's only when you see, you come to know how beautiful it is, how beautiful is the culture. Now, in that place where we had just started for 2 days, the program is of almost 2 months, even it is still going on. And maybe in the future, we might increase the time. But we want to see that the beauty of the place is not lost somewhere in the commercialization. Because once you start caring for money, you start caring for commercialization, somewhere we forget that even environment has to be kept for the children of the next future. And we have to see that commercialization does not spoil our beauty. So in fact, when you visit Run of Kutch, you'll see a tent city. It's almost like 300 of tents with a spa, a gymnasium, and you can even taste Kutchi food. Like Kutchi food is very different than Gujarati food. It's somewhat more similar to Rajasthani food. And you can even, see our traditions, our very nice handicrafts. There you can see the life of Kutchi people, how they live their life. In a desert where there were no opportunities, we have survived. That is the way of Kutch. So I invite you all to come and see that Run of Kutch, what it is about. And, so many people come there and then they feel it's a beautiful place. Exactly, Run of Kutch is like, I would like to say, just salt. But when you see it in the moonlight, it is totally white. And stretches and stretches of long land of totally white color. Give you a look as it is snow, but it is salt. In reality, it is salt. But when you look at it in the night, you feel it is very cool place, because due to being a desert, it is very cool in the night. In the day, it might be 45 degrees, but in the night, it is very cool. So you'll get a feeling you're standing on ice. That is the feeling Run of Kutch gives you. So we have, developed a place where there were no opportunities for employment, but now it has become so busy for 3 months a year, people earn lakhs of rupees. There is one in stall, where Muslim people sell Kutchi Mava. It's a sort of a sweet. Many people may not have tasted it, but now so many people all around India and all around world are coming and tasting that Mava. And even we have started making ice creams and Mava from the milk of camel. So this is all we are doing for the development of that area, and it has beautifully developed. And I invite you all people to come and see the Run of Kutch and feel the sense of development. If you really, I feel nothing is impossible in this life. If you feel I want to do it, even so many students are sitting here, I want that even you should feel, we want to do something. It is not that difficult in life. Only there should be a right perspective and an honesty in your thought. I have to do it and I will do it, and that's what. That's what we have. The Gujarat government has done, They have built nothing. They have built everything out of nothing. Like it's a whole tent city of 300 tents with everything from a spa, gymnasium, a hospital. And it's a beautiful place, and you can go stay there for at least some 3 days and 3 nights and get a chance to see what exactly the life in Kutch is and Gujarat is. And thank you for hearing me so attentively. Thank you.
Honorable Poonam Ben Vel Bhai Ji Jat is, again, it's a big achievement. She's the first time member of the parliament from Kutch, Gujarat. She began her political career in Gandhidham, Gujarat. In 2000, she contested and won in the municipal corporation election. She has represented India at several international conferences. For example, in 2009, she represented India in the Commonwealth countries' parliamentary seminars in United Kingdom and Europe. Currently, she is the Vice President of the Indo-Oman Parliamentary Group. Secondly, the member of the Parliamentary Forum for Scheduled Tribes and Scheduled Castes. Third, the member of the Parliament Forum for Youth. In 2009, she contested in the Lok Sabha election and became the first-time member of the parliament from Kutch, defeating 16 other candidates, including 3 women. With these few words of introduction, I request ma'am to share her views.
All the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, I wish you a very, very good evening. And I would like to first of all thank the organizers. It's generally, we represent something which is very political, but I've loved to come in this seminar and enjoyed all the sessions which I could enjoy today. And I learned a lot, because generally when you're a political person, I feel the problem with India is, whenever it comes to research, we don't use that much money on research. We don't even have that many kind of people, think tanks, who think about research and policy for the betterment and governance in India. That is a thing we are lacking, and that's what we see. Generally, the problem in front of India is we need a better planning and a better future. And if the main liability and the asset we are having is the youth of India. When I go to different countries in the world, I see they have a very big aging population, but with India, we have 60% of our people are young. So that is the potential we are having, and we should utilize the whole potential for the betterment of our country. Many things are lacking, but the first thing, when I went first time to America, I noticed, a kind of patriotism in Americans. Even if they're Mexicans, even Indians who go and stay there, become green card holders, we ask them, who are you? Are you an Indian? So they will say, no, we are Americans. That thing I lack in India. Whenever I ask somebody, they will, I'm from Madhya Pradesh, I'm from Gujarat, I'm from Kutch. They don't have that kind of binding feeling and a patriotism toward India. We are all Indians, and we should work for a better India. What I feel, after all these travels in the world and my time in the parliament, this is the right time. With such a young population, we should all work. Because generally I feel, governance is not only the work of the government, but also, it should have a public participation. Whatever work the government does, the public should participate in it. And that kind of, when I yesterday night I came back from Singapore, I saw that. I've visited many parliaments in the world, and I feel our parliament is one of the best. Because it is a democracy, a beautiful democracy. But when I went to Singapore, I was surprised, It's more like, you cannot spit here, you will be fined. You cannot keep a maid, you will be fined. It's a fine city. Everything you're fined. You cannot keep 2 cars, you will be fined. So that difference, we are having a beautiful democracy, we are enjoying it. And that thing we should feel, it is our responsibility. If the government is building something, is doing good, then we should even pay more attention on it and should have a feeling that this is our country, our India, and we have. And we'll do something for this country. That feeling is lacking. So I just want that, it's a nice platform. So many educated people and all. I want that. You should have that feeling. And one thing, whatever field you might belong, you might be a doctor, you might be a lawyer, whatever you are. But first of all, you are an Indian and you should contribute to the economy of India. And why? Why when we go out, why do we spit anywhere? Why we throw it? Why, why we Indians always love breaking rules? I don't understand. But that only the same Indians, when they go to some other country, they're so law-abiding. What is the difference? Why you're so lenient in India and the same person, who is always breaking law, is very law-abiding in some other country. So I want that feeling, which you have in other countries, should also come in India. Now my topic was like good governance. I feel, we are having a very good government in Gujarat. And I would like to say some things. Like first, when Aditya Narendra Modi took over as a chief minister, the problems in front of him were, we were not having light in Gujarat. The power was not there everywhere in Gujarat, so that was his first. Okay, we should have power 24 hours in Gujarat. The second thing was, there was many laggings in agriculture, so we wanted the best of agriculture in Gujarat. Then third was the education system. Because any country will not come about if the kids are not educated. You will not stand anywhere if you're not educated. So that was our third priority. And we worked so hard in this last 10 years. Okay, I'm very happy to tell you, okay, we have gained a lot. If education I speak about, I don't know, in Gujarat we have, whenever a kid goes to school, to a public school or a government school, we have that Pravesh Mahotsav. It's like a festival. We enjoy every government work that we do. People like me, even bureaucrats like Mr. Raval and so many other, they all come together and then they attend the school. In one day I attend around 10 schools. And everybody, the kids who are going to the school first time, we facilitate them. We make them happy, see, you're going to a school, it's a beautiful, you learn so many things. And it's like a festival, all the village people come or all the city people come, and then the kid feels very happy he's going to school. And then again, we have a Gunotsav, means if the kids get good marks, we give them prizes, we motivate them to work more hard, study well. And if I talk about agriculture, we are having so many, there also we take it as a festival, Utsav, and there we have that Kutchi Melas, where all the farmers come together and they discuss, how could, if some soil is there of some different kind, what could be very nice to grow in that. So we could have, we are growing a lot of cotton in Gujarat. And I think we are coming second in India in growing cotton. And if I talk about Kutch, it was a very dry area, a desert in fact. But today we are having, even, some places we are even growing kaju and anar. And you would be even surprised, once a member of parliament from Rajya Sabha, he went to Abu Dhabi and he called me up and said, I've got something very new for you and you love that thing. I thought he must have got something, but you'll be surprised. It was a fruit from Kutch. It has become so famous. It is a date which we grow in Kutch. But it goes to Abu Dhabi and from there it is imported back to India. So that's what we have gained. So everything could be with a very positive attitude. And I can just go on and on for weeks, but I know time is short. So, and I'm really thankful for the organizers, Father Togo, for inviting me, and even Mehul, Professor Mehul, for inviting me to such a good program. And I wish you all the best, even the kids studying here, all the best in life, and even all people who are attending such seminars. We really are in need of such places where think tanks meet, think about good governance, but I feel, everybody has a responsibility of voting a good government in the first place. Don't shield that responsibility, because unless and until you don't vote for good people, you will not have a good government. So I plead to all you all be a part of the governance. A government can only work good when the people are responsible and they want to work for India. Thank you.